All right, good afternoon, craps fans. This is Scott from Paradise Craps. It's been a while since I put a video out. Didn't really have any reason to. So went to Victory Casino boat last Friday. This is Tuesday, and I had a good session. Did my my current go-to, and I made $165 on a $500 buy-in, which is fine. So that's kind of where I'm at with my craps is, you know, I've gotten whacked so many times, and I think it's just plain beyond my bankroll. It's martingaling or laddering, you know, and I love Waylon. I love, you know, all the energy he puts into the different strategies that he rolls out, and the names just freaking crack me up. You know, the guy he's so creative when it comes to the naming of his systems, strategies. But I've tried the ladder. I've tried, you know, the ladder or the martingale. Martingale's different than a ladder. I got it, but the ladder just kicks my ass just like the martingale does. You know, it's like I can't tell you how many times. You know, it's like you go up one unit, 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 and pretty soon when you get whacked, you know, you've lost a huge percentage of your bankroll. So, you know, I know you shouldn't have that many losses. I guess that's the logic. I think it's flawed, honestly. But so you know, my thing is, I don't care about comps. I don't care about my rating. That was this last. My Theo for Friday was $12 because I went in. I played on the roll to win table, and by the way, the roll to win table on the Victory Casino boat, they added the plexiglass now between the two inboard stations, and you cannot throw beyond the plexi. So if you're standing right here, you can't throw beyond that plexi. And to me, that makes sense because it was so, you know, if you had any kind of reach at all, you could make that toss like 4 feet or less, probably. So anyway, so here's my go-to. This is what I'm using. This is what I'm going to continue to use from here on out. $500 bankroll. I got $475 in green, and I got 25 in dollar chips. I'm going to use them as my lammers here. And I'm looking for 4 units, right? And there was a years ago, you know, when all the crap stuff started. I think it was Mel from Craps Hawaii did the 3-unit challenge, and then John picked it up at Pro Craps, and he did a whole thing on it, but he didn't start it. Somebody else had started the 3-unit challenge. I thought it was Mel. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just using that philosophy, and I'm just going to say, if I can get 4 chips on my $500 bankroll, that's 20%. I'm happy with that. Whatever's left over is a tip. And I will put my whole $500 bankroll at risk. All right, so I'm a don't player. So $25 don't pass. And I'm going to hedge it with a $50 lay 4. That's pretty much the strategy. If a 4 gets hit, then I will do a $50 odds on my don't pass. Otherwise, I don't do odds, and I just keep it as a flat bet. Pretty straightforward, easy to remember, easy to do. And, all right, so point is 6. Take my lay bet down. And so now I basically just run it out. So on the don't side, you know, you have a edge on every single number, right? Sometimes it's not a big edge like the 6 and the 8, but there's a 7. So that's going to pay us $25. All right, so there's our $25 there, and I had 1 unit. All right, so we're back out on the 4, lay 4 for $50. 6 again, hard 6 this time. All right, so we're on the 6, off on our lay, and we're rolling. I just can't believe how many 7s come out sometimes on the freaking come out, which is a killer. 12 doesn't mean anything to us on the don't side. 7. All right, so there's a come out. Oh, sorry, that's a winner 7. All right, so that's going to pay us another quarter. So now we're up 2 units. Back on our lay 4. So if this goes smooth, you can be in and out in 15 minutes. If it goes bumpy, it can be half an hour. If it goes really bad, you can be out in an hour. But the key to me is discipline. Discipline to not want to start pushing my bets. Because when I push my bets and I lose, when I push my bets and I win, it's great. When I push my bets and I lose, it's such a big chunk of my bankroll. It puts me deeper in a hole, and then you get that whole psychological, emotional thing going where you got to try to make it back. So, the key to this strategy is just be even keeled. Keep your strategy, flat bet it. Don't go up. There's a 4-2-6. And because you have an advantage. Once that point is established and you're off your lay, then you have an advantage. So just play to that advantage. Yes, it's going to be a grind, but I think it was Andrew said, if it's not a grind, that means you can win more faster, but you can also lose more faster. When it's a grind, it's just a steady boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, and you're going to lose a little bit. You're going to win a little bit. You're not going to win a lot. But again, I'm looking for 20%, which is huge. That's phenomenal. On my $500, that's $100. All right, 617, it's a winner. All right, so there's 3 units. Back on our lay 4, and there's a 516. So I think for me, this is the strategy, no question. It's $100, and if I can do it 4 times a day, 5 times a day, if I'm going to get that $100 more times than I'm not, I'm okay with that. There's a 639, there's a 617. And it's just so crazy for me to watch people playing on the light side, poo-pooing me playing on the dark side. That 7 comes up so many times, and it just wipes them out. They put their money out there, and the dealers just take it down. And the dealers, I guess when they're training, they must train them to push the bets, because they are pushing people to these bets, and it's just like, I don't know how you can do that in good conscience, because none of these bets have any kind of positive expectation. All right, so we're on a 9, off on our lay. There we go. 6, 4, 2. So anyway, that's this is my go-to. 4, 2 again. Easy peasy, easy to remember. Not a lot at risk. Here's a 639, so that's a loser for us. It was funny. I was on the roll to win table in the dealer that was there. All right, so that goes down to the dealer, and we'll pull out another quarter on the don't. There we go. And every time a 7 would come up, we go, oh, loser 7, and I say, no, winner 7. All right, there's a come out 7. So it's going to cost us $1, right? So I just say it costs us $1 because they're gonna take our don't, they're gonna pay us a quarter, and take the vig. So I'm just paying the vig to keep it up. Here we go. And another 527. And it's going to cost me $1. Vig, keep it up. Quarter goes back on the don't. And another 7. Look at that. I mean, and this is not that uncommon. I mean, there are a lot of 7s. So that cost me $1. And there's a 3. So I'm going to get $25 on that one. Take that. All right. Put that back in the rack. All right, 639. Back on the 9. All right, so we're off on our lay. So right now we got $1, 2, 3, 4, $500 in our rack, plus the pennies, plus the dollars. And I got 75 on the table, so I'm looking for 1-7. And we're done. We walk. That easy, in and out. So I know it's hard for people that go to Vegas to gamble on vacation or whatever. They love to play craps, and I love to play craps. But, to sit there for hours and hours and hours to potentially win a lot more. I mean, for a $500 bankroll, 20%, that's a nice lunch, a decent dinner. So that's, to me, that's all I'm looking for. It's all I've really ever wanted to get out of this, was to come up with a strategy where I could consistently just take money out and this one is it for me. Again, I know ladder works for a lot of people, a lot of different strategies. I don't think it's the right way to play. Same thing with martingale. If you're pushing your bets, you're just putting more at risk, and when you lose those, you are basically really whacking your bankroll to the point where you're going to get into that mental state. All right, so that was a 7 out. So there we go. There's our $100. All right, so we got $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $600. So we're done. Easy peasy. I'll take all my dollars out of here. So we made our $100 and whatever amount of time that was. Not bad. There's 600. This is the tip for the dealers. There's $22 I'm giving the dealers. And that's it. That's how I'm going to play. It's how I have played. It's what I did this last Friday. It's what I plan to do from here on out. Short session. Go have a cigar. Go have a cocktail. Go have a soda. Whatever I want. Go home when I live in Vegas. And just play when I want to play. I think that's it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're having a crappy day. And we'll see you on the table next time. This is Scott from Paradise Craps. Out.